Ooh, that's a big boy. Hey guys, we are back here at the truck stop. It's kind of a two-handed job to get up here, so hold on. There we go. All right, last video, actually it's been a couple videos. I said I was gonna put a trap here. I think I might try that either tomorrow or the next day. Get a trap, put it here, and actually I might just turn that into a how to trap pigeons. If you guys think that's a good idea, I'm gonna do it anyway. Oh my goodness. Oh, so by the way, today is a good one. That's like a +9 day right there. Holy cow. That is a good haul. That's a really good haul. Let's go get these birds out. Doesn't look like anything really fancy, a real even mix of blue bars and blue checks. I don't mind that. Well, while I was messing around, I had one get away. It was a little one, the squeaker, this young bird, but he managed to figure his way back out of it. So we're -1. Sorry about that, guys. But it's still a good day. So I'm gonna go ahead and get these guys out. I'll show you when they're all in here, because that's a lot of birds. And they all pretty much look the same. So, yep, see you in a little bit. All right, that is +8. Our bait bird and the one that got away. Still feel like an idiot for letting that happen. I should have just pulled him out right away. So I'm driving the feisty again. But I was just thinking, in the last 3 days, we have caught, well, I've taken home 22 pigeons now in 3 days. We're killing it on that roof. Absolutely mopping up. This is awesome. Hey guys, it is the next day. There's a pigeon trap behind me in case you couldn't see that. I am going to put another pigeon trap up on the roof, and I'm going to show you guys what I do to be successful with it, or what has been treating me really well. I am not a professional pigeon trapper by any means, but I mean, it's been working good. So I'm gonna take you guys up there and we're gonna start brand new trap. I'm gonna show you kind of what I do, and a lot of it has to do with location. Most of you guys, if you do any sort of trapping at all, already know that you cannot catch what's not there. If the pigeons aren't going there, if the pigeons aren't hanging out there, whatever you're trapping, if it's not going there or being there, you're not gonna catch it. Anyway, I'll talk to you guys more when I get there, because I don't want to drive too long like this. All right, got all my stuff up here, but before I show you guys all this, let's go check the trap. All right, I already saw 2 birds. Ooh, ooh. Dude, you guys, this is getting ridiculous. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. That's another 7 birds. Yesterday we caught, what was that? Caught 9, took home 8. Day for that 7. Day for that. This spot has been ridiculous. Anyway, let me go grab the cage and all that stuff, and let me show you kind of what I'm doing here. All right, I'm gonna set the trap right here, I think. Somewhere in this area. I might move all this crap and set it there. Now, this place, the reason we're trapping here is there's a huge amount of the birds that come out of town, and they come out here, and this is their loaf spot. Now, there are some that nest and roost here, but the vast majority of them, though, are coming from town to here. And they're going out, feeding, coming back here, hanging out, going back out there, feeding, and then going home. But it's a truck stop. They love sitting on top of these big islands here, the things that are covering. This building here, the other side is just a regular roof. And it is not uncommon, like when they're stacked up, to see 200 to 500, 600, 700 out, just a ton of them. They just hang out on there. Now that it's getting hot, not so much. But there's a huge hot spot for the pigeons, which is why we're here. Obviously they want to get rid of them. That's the main reason I'm here, actually. But that's what makes this spot so productive, is there are always birds coming here. All right, first off, here is my trap. Now these are traps I make myself. This one's actually a bit more of a prototype for me. I've never done one with 4 entryways. There's one on every side here. Never tried it really. I've had this one on a different roof that looked good. There were birds there. Actually, there are birds that sit on top of a line right above there. I could not convince them to come down and eat. It wasn't working. Sorry, there's a grizz that's sitting over there now that is just absolutely gorgeous. I hope we catch that one soon. But anyway, if you want to know how to make these traps that I'm using, I will link in the description below a how-to video of how to do that. But in that video, I always show you guys start to finish how I make my traps, what I do, how to tune them and stuff like that. But you know, if you want the quick version, make yourself a box, make yourself some holes, put some funnels in it. Now these funnels, I go and I take a pigeon and I run them through here, one of my birds from the loft, just to make sure that it's snug, but that they can't really come back out very easily. These might need loosened up a little bit. Probably loosen them up actually just a touch. I'm gonna take one of the bait birds and put it in here. Bait birds help a ton. It shows confidence for the pigeon that you're trying to catch. Show them that, hey, someone else is in there, it must be safe, and why are they getting all the food? I wanna eat too. Speaking of food, a water bowl. Very important, especially if you're going to be leaving these things out for 24 hours at a time. I like to use something a little bit heavier. You can use like a, plastic sour cream container or something like that. But these rabbit dish bowls right here, they are nice and heavy and they don't get tipped over as easy. That way you for sure have a better chance of keeping more water for the birds for a longer period of time. So, I like to kind of tuck it out of the way so it doesn't distract from the birds. Now for bait, I use the same thing that I feed my pigeons at the loft. It's got corn in it, Milo, wheat, and a protein pellet. Protein pellet gets wasted here because these pigeons obviously aren't used to eating that. And I mean, it gets wet and then it just sort of disintegrates, turned into mush. They don't like that. So the corn is really, really nice to catch their eye. That is one thing I really like about corn. This guy uses all corn. This isn't one of my traps. He does have water finally, but corn. Corn is a big, big kernel. It takes a big pigeon to eat it. And it's harder for them to break down. What the pigeons in my area love is wheat. Now corn will catch their attention, they can see it, but wheat is what they'll eat. The Milo is cheap filler in here really. They'll eat it, but they really, really like to pick the wheat out of this. So I like to use a mix. If you can find like some scratch grain or something like that, most of your farm stores like Tractor Supply Company, Orscheln's, some of those places like that. I'm not sure what's around your guys' area, but a lot of those places will carry what they call scratch chicken feed. That will work pretty good. I've used that a lot too. But when it comes to baiting, what I like to do is put a big amount in the middle. You don't want them to be able to stand in the doorway and eat everything in there. So you want a big pile in the middle, and then you want to just trace feed out to all the areas that you want them to go into. Big pile in the middle, and the idea is they'll eat the little bit that you put out here to get them there, and they keep getting closer. After they clean up everything on the outside, they'll be like, well, there's more. And so they'll come up, and a lot of times they'll eat what they can in here. They'll sit right here and they'll eat everything they can reach, and then they'll get pushed through. Either another pigeon will bump them through, or they just can't quite reach the next one, they'll go on in. The bait bird helps a lot there. So that's pretty much the secret to that. If you can get on top of a building with a nice flat surface, that helps a ton. Location, the way it's baited, keep water in there, check it every day. That's the majority of my tips. If I think of any more, I will tell you tomorrow when we come back and see if this one worked. So we're gonna have this one to check, and we're gonna have Old Faithful to check too. But before I see you guys tomorrow, we're gonna go pull those birds out and see exactly what we got. I know I saw something with some white flights in there, so I'm kind of excited to see what that is. There's a young bird. It's a good looking blue check. Come here. Ooh, that's a big boy. Not solid black, but that is a big pigeon right there. I love this place because a lot of really young birds fresh out of the nest come up here and get caught. The guy with the little flight feathers in there. A little further back than normal, but another baby bird. Now this blue bar, he's kind of got some black check on the back of him here. That's kind of cool. Don't see that every day. Ooh, I like his head. Look at that guy. I like that. He's a cool looking bird. Just the way he looked, I thought maybe he wasn't a wild one, but he definitely is. That's a nice blue bar. Looks like he might have a little bit of recessive red or bronze in him. That's a pretty good haul. We got a blue bar left for a bait bird. I'm gonna finish rebaiting and watering and all that stuff on this trap. I'm gonna pick a bait bird out. We're gonna put him in there. and come back tomorrow. But if you guys like these videos, if you like the pigeon trapping, if you like these tutorials, the how-tos, the tips and stuff, you guys gotta let me know what you wanna see. You need to drop me a comment, tell me, and also hit that like button. The like button does wonders. Like, it really, really does wonders. Not quite as much as sharing the video. You guys have no idea how much that helps. If you guys do some of the things that I'm doing, I would love to see how it works out for you, what success you've been having. My Instagram is in the description below. Shoot me a DM. Now, when picking your bait bird, if you can pick out a hen, that's the best. That was actually a tip from you guys. One thing that you guys point out, that if you can get a hen bird or a young bird, I don't like to use young ones because they can get out actually. Because the trap, when it's set to let big birds in, can also let small birds out. So if you can get yourself a nice sized hen or a smaller hen, smaller bird in general, a really young cockbird maybe, if you can get something that's not really aggressive, you don't want him to be going in there and kicking out everything, or making them not want to get into the trap. So I picked out the smallest bird I could in there that wasn't young. Tell by his eye that he wasn't young. But anyway, so we're gonna put this bird in there, and that is why I picked this bird. I think it's a hen. All right guys, well that's all for today. Tomorrow we're gonna come back, hopefully. Shoot, how cool would that be if we had 7 in both traps? I mean, I can only imagine how well this is gonna go. And it might take them a little bit to get used to that trap. One thing that I've noticed is not so much, I don't really feel that it's gonna take that long up there because they're used to seeing that type of structure. But if you put a new object on a roof, let's say you go up, you have a clean roof like that, no anything on top, it's just a roof and the pigeons are hanging out on there for some reason, and you put a trap down, it's gonna take them a little bit to get used to that. You probably won't catch the first day. Unless you're Bobby Guy and you always just catch the first day. Obnoxious. Normally it takes about a week for them to get used to everything before I actually start catching. It is the next day. Kind of curious. Let's go see how the pigeon traps did. It's been hot though. Oh, just a bait bird. Well, they cleaned up everything around it. I wonder if I need to open up my chutes a little bit. See how they've eaten the feed? They could probably reach some more, but they ate everything around the trap. So I'm guessing they just need a little bit more time to get used to it. Need to get him some more water. He's not out, but he's getting close. Got a good catch on the other side though. So I'm guessing they just need to get used to this one. And here we've got 5 new ones. Not bad. Ooh, I see white flights there. I like that. This trap has been here for getting close to a month, I think. Right around that time. I don't remember exactly, but it has been producing like crazy. Okay, we're gonna grab ourselves a blue bar here. Nice adult bird. I'm guessing it's a hen. Another one. This is identical to the first one. Another full adult. Feels small enough to be a hen. Got 2 of those. This check here is small enough, I think it's a hen. I like that. That there is a baby. But he's got some cool white flight action. Yeah. Got those brown eyes. Definitely a squeaker. That there's a big bird. Pretty sure that one's a male. And we'll leave that blue bar. Well, that's another 5 birds to take home. With the squeakers that I caught out of the nest, that makes a little over 30 birds in 4 days. Not too bad. I like that. Anyway, I hope you guys really found this video useful. I'm gonna take these birds home and we're gonna throw them in the loft real quick. Whew. All right, we are up here in my loft, my big loft. These birds here, almost all of them, there's a couple that aren't, but almost all these are from being trapped. The owls are not, that white one's not, that owl's not. But the majority of them, the vast majority of them, are from being trapped. I think I've taken home like 70, 80 birds, something like that. I'm happy, it's been great. I gotta thin them out a little bit, but you know, worst things that happen. There's also a bunch on this side. Most of those are breeders that I have though. Nothing fancy, just some fun colors and whatnot. Yeah, there's my tips and how to pigeon trap. That's what I know. I am no professional by any means, but it seems to be working, so I'm happy. Anyway, if you guys found this video helpful, if you liked the video, hit that thumbs up button for me. I would really appreciate it. It helps the video out a lot. You know, if you guys are new to the channel, subscribe. I'd really appreciate that. It'll let you know, if you hit the notification bell, it will let you know when I upload. If not, that's fine too. Just checking every once in a while. But anyway, thanks so much for watching, and we'll see you on the next one.